Hey guys, Victor Pena here, founder and CEO of OmniPrint International. Today on Creators One-on-One, I want to share with you guys how to do content that sells with Joe from Heart and Hustle. I'm also going to talk to you about when in doubt, pull it out. What does that mean? It's a great episode, guys. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell so that YouTube knows how to serve these videos to you guys and we can still continue to grow the channel. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great video. Here we bring winners, right? We bring winners to the show. Why? So that you guys can see how other people win and then you guys can model it. So Joe, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I know it's we've been trying to do this for a while, so I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate you even deciding to have me on this Creators One-on-One. So to me, it's an honor, I guess I could say, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. So why don't we start off a little bit, like tell the audience about you, what you do, where you're at, and then like, you know, maybe a quick story of how you got into what you're doing.
So I'm in Augusta, Georgia. I started off doing vinyl just like everybody else. Started doing vinyl with a little four color screen printing setup. And then from there, added on to the 6-color, 6-station with the Anatol equipment. And then from there, it was like I was turning away too many one jobs. You know what I mean? People come in and want 1 or want 5. And it was like, okay, what's the next thing that we can do to where I don't have to turn these people away? And that's when I started looking into the different avenues of approach. And I've been watching your stuff, I think, since like last year, whenever I went to Printing United in Dallas. And that's when I first saw your printers over there. And that's when I ran into a couple other creators, Mike from Nav Customs and Sean from SE Shirt and Hoodies. And I was just following their stories and what the stuff that they were doing. And I was like, I think this is the machine to go with. Seeing people actually use it. You can't go on sites. You can't go on YouTube and see people using all these DTG printers. But with your stuff, you see it, you know what I mean? And with other creators, you see it. So by watching those guys and seeing the quality of the work that they were putting out, I was like, this is it, let's do it. You know what I mean? So that's whenever we added the FreeJet 330 TX Plus and have not looked back since then.
You know, a lot of people think that in order to start, they got to do something big at the beginning, you know, and I'm a big champion of like, all right, depending on where you're at, your best thing to do is to start.
Yeah.
Right. Stop thinking about it. You started with doing some vinyl, getting to know like what you can sell, how you can sell it, how to sell to customers. Right.
Yeah.
It's better to do it on the small than invest all this money and then you don't even know how to sell. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a great story. So one thing that impresses me all the time is how much you hustle. Right. Because, you know, you're Heart and Hustle Printing. Right. But the reality is everybody uses that word, you know.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people actually do what it takes. You also have a job, right?
Yes. So I still am active duty in the military.
Oh, man. See, look at that. Thank you for your service. Make sure you guys hit this guy up. Thank him for what he's doing. And he's hustling, right?
Yeah.
Heartandhustleprinting.com. That's where you can reach him, right?
Yeah.
We do a lot to, you know, help our troops out there. It's one of our causes that we're really involved with, right? So tell them how your day is. So people think that they do too much, you know, maybe walk them through a typical day.
So a typical day, 4:30 in the morning, get up, go to what we call PT, physical training. I got to be there by 5:30. I live like 30 minutes from base because we live in the town where my store is at now. We used to live closer to base. So got to get up a little bit earlier to get there on time, get there, do that for about an hour. Then we get released from there, go back to work at 8 o'clock. Then it's like a normal day, get off at 4:30, 5 o'clock. So that's already about a 12, 13-hour day just in itself. And then I get here and I get messages throughout the day, emails throughout the day of people wanting orders from either from the emails, like I said, social media. Luckily, I have help. You know what I mean? My daughter's helping me. My sister-in-law was helping me for the longest time. And it's just a blessing to have people that are willing to help in those different ways. You know what I mean? So being able to delegate some of the work to them is very helpful. You know what I mean?
Seriously, if you guys think that you're busy, you need to look up to people that are actually doing 10 times more stuff than you are, right?
Yeah.
Because it'll recenter you, right? If you think that,
Oh yeah.
oh my God, I get into the office because I'm an entrepreneur. I could get there whenever I want, 10 o'clock. And then I take my 2 hour lunch. And then I'm out at 4:59 because I want life balance. The reality, guys, is if you want to make it big, there's no life balance. It doesn't exist.
Crazy how fast time goes when you're doing what you love to do. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Mm-hmm.
Plus, you gotta have, those orders motivate you, right? Those orders motivate you. You got timelines, you got deadlines. You don't sit around like, messing with social media. You don't waste your time, right? So I always say, do a smart hustle, right? If you're gonna be in there working all these hours, you got them planned out. You got them planned out. You know what you're going to accomplish from this time to that time. Like my calendar is tight, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because like I want to maximize what I'm doing. I know in the past when I was just starting off, how loose the timing was because I'm my own boss, right? But the reality is right now, every single hour is accounted for. My executive project manager, Wendy, she's always handling like what's supposed to be in there for maximum output, right? For maximum achievement of the goals and the mission for our customers, right? So, because if you're thinking the hours is what matters versus the impact that you can make, right? You got to reshift it. It's all a mindset shift. And one of the reasons I have Joe here is because if you follow his stuff, make sure you're following this guy. If you feel like you're like lagging and you're lazy, follow his stuff because he's literally in there producing and making content and one-handed screen printing and all that stuff, right? When you're at home watching Netflix, right? So think about that stuff. People that say they don't have time for content, how do you do it?
If I'm doing a job, I just put the camera up and if I'm going to be standing here and I'm printing something on here, let's just put the camera out there. You have to make time for that. You know what I mean? Because this is what I tell people. Like whenever I first started doing YouTube videos, like I didn't know who was watching my videos, and it's not going to happen overnight. You just don't know. But then when you start getting those emails and you start getting those calls from people, that's when you're just like, man, people not only are people that are looking to do what I'm doing, watching my videos, but you got people like yourself, business owners, CEOs that are watching, and they reach out to you and they're like, I love your content. I love what you're doing. Can we work together? And I'm like never did I ever think that someone like that would ever reach out to me. You know what I mean? That wasn't my intentions when I first started doing YouTube videos. It was more of like, let's just record this journey and see where it goes. So you have to make time for content. You have to, because right now, when I first started doing what I'm doing, a lot of my business came from social media. A lot of it came from there. And then whenever I got into the shop, I had the clients already. So I wasn't worried about, am I going to be able to pay bills? Am I going to be able to do this? Or am I going to be able to do that? Because I already knew I had the revenue coming in. But now with the revenue coming in, now I got stuff going out because now I got the overhead. And with the storefront, now I got people walking in. And it's like social media plus a bonus.
I love that. I love that.
So make time. You have to.
So the way that you make time is by doing it while you work.
Exactly. Right? That's a good thing. So even if you don't have time to do a full video content, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you can always do those 1-minute clips. You know what I mean? Throughout the day on Instagram, I'll go out throughout the day and just post those 15-second clips throughout the day and show you like real time what I'm doing. The one-handed screen printing jobs, you know what I mean? I'm like, here I go. I'm going to print this right now. I haven't even done a test print, but I trust my process. I trust it because I've been doing it and I trust myself. So I'll screen print it one hand while filming it, lift the screen and look, there it is. You know what I mean? What do you think about it? You know what I mean?
This guy's one-handed screen printing, holding the phone, doing it live, and it's a real order, not some demo cloth, right? So if you think that you gotta have everything set up, you gotta have a pro like Mauricio back there getting in a studio. You pull it out, right? When
Yeah.
in doubt, pull it out.
When in doubt, pull it
When
out.
in doubt, pull it out. I'm talking about your phone, you guys, dirty birdies. I'm talking about your phone, all right?
Yep. Yeah, that's the what do they say? The biggest power right now is social media, and we have it at the tip of our hands. You know what I mean? And we can share something that can mean nothing to a whole lot of people, but you reach 5,000-6,000 people, and out of those 5,000-6,000 people, you get 4 or 5 jobs.
So
You know what I
would
mean?
you say like half of your orders are coming from social, 80%, 90%?
I would say it's probably 75%.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy, guys.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
crazy.
So a lot of you guys are thinking, oh man, I need to, how do I figure out Facebook ads? How do I figure out Google Analytics, Google AdWords, right? When all you need to be doing is showing people what you're made of, how you print, your quality, right? And
That's it.
letting them know where they can go buy.
And
Right?
it's without social media, people will have never known the quality of work that I could put out. They
Yeah.
could come in here and they could say, "Oh, you screen print? Well, let me get it like 15 shirts done because I want to see your work." You know what I mean? But I got people that watch me on social media saying, "I need 500 shirts," and I'm like, they're like, "I follow you on YouTube, or I follow you on Instagram or TikTok," and they're like, "I already know that whenever I put in an order with you, it's how it's going to come out, and I don't have to worry about it."
Show the quality that you're doing, guys, because that's what's selling, right? What does it do? It's for your guys' leverage, right? It's leverage. Think about it like this. If you have another guy printing shit quality and you're printing better quality, you can charge more, you can get the order, right? You can show people on social media. You don't have to hide, right? You don't have to like the most amount of people with DTG or printing DTF with our DTF add-on, right? The most amount of people are actually using our machines. Everybody else, if you notice, there's very limited posting that happens with other brands. I see a lot of you guys printing. I see a lot of you guys doing quality. I don't see the competitors out there. So use the leverage, right? Show people and then send them where they can go buy.
Yeah.
That's what Joe's doing. These are free eyeballs engagement, right? For example, if you go to your insights and you see who's watching your story and how many people are watching your stories, how many people are actually, how many people's eyeballs are on it. Guess what? They're seeing the product, they're seeing your offer for free.
Yeah.
Remember that, for free.
That's
right?
that's what I tell people. Like, to me, it's not about how many thumbs up I get, how many thumbs down I get, because everybody has their opinion. All that matters is
the eyeballs, and then boom, what are those daily orders that are showing up?
Yeah, that's what I say. I get thumbs down all the time. I get haters, but I'm like, hey, if you're hating, it's okay. But if you need prints, you know where to get them from.
Yep. I'm gonna take that hate all the way to the bank, baby.
All the way to the bank.
The more hate I get, the better I'm doing. That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of challenges are you having? What kind of help do you need that I can help you with, that can help you grow your business?
If you can open up a spot on the East Coast, that's my thing. It's the shipping thing, you know what I mean? And that's what I tell people, like, that are like, oh, you use this type of ink for screen printing. Is that the best ink? No, but it's convenient because it comes in 2 days. You know what I mean? And that's my downfall right now, is I think like I underestimate myself. Like with my last order that I just ordered from you guys, is like, let me order. I'm down to like my last 50 sheets. They'll probably last me a couple weeks. Let me make an order for another big order right now, and then 50 sheets goes that same day, and I'm like,
Dude, guys, you have to take advantage, right? Take advantage of the subscription ordering, right? Make sure you guys have supplies. You know, especially with what's happening right now, Joe, the whole entire planet is out of shit.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Everybody wants hats, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
This is the thing. How do you go past that? Like a regular person would be like, oh, everybody's out. You know what? Once you take full responsibility and make sure you have enough stock for 2-3 months in
Yeah.
case your suppliers are out of stuff. Here, we manufacture ink for you guys, right? That's our number one important thing that you guys need to have. We have 6 months worth of raw materials, resins, pigments, everything here, in case like a container doesn't show up or any of that stuff, right? So let me tell you something, Joe, and you're the first guy hearing it right here, that I take full responsibility for the East Coast situation. And what did we do? We just bought a building in Florida, all right? And
Yes.
we will be shipping from there. It's probably a day to you from Florida. And we're going to
Nice.
have a lot of the stuff there. So I think we're closing the deal in about 30 days. It's in escrow right now. Been searching for over a year, man. It's been crazy tough. But, my commitment to you guys is to keep raising the level of experience that our customers get, lowering your cost, right? And also like being there where you're at. So it's a great stuff that you brought up. It just so happens that we're actioning on it already. So
I've always been iffy about printers just because the typical sawgrass printer, the typical printer that you use from home, I can tell you right now, like printers that we've had, not for like printing in a work environment, just printing papers at home. We probably got like a closet with like 7 of them in there. And we're like, well, let's just go buy the ink. But if we buy the ink, we could just buy a new printer because a new printer costs as much as the ink. So we're just like, that's always been my downfall about printers that I've always been worried about, you know what I mean? And then with this one right here, no problems with it. You know what I mean? It's just, as long as you take care of it, you shouldn't have no problems with it. You know what I mean?
That's something great that you bring up. One of the reasons that we created the bulk ink system and like, making sure that you guys can buy the inks in liters. Like, I don't want to nab you on cartridges, right? Plus, I don't want to kill any more turtles, right? I'm kind of a secret hippie. So the reality is, like, I want you to look at the cost per print all the time, right? What is it costing you per print? We give it to you in the software right there, super clean. So you can know, right? If you're not getting to know like exactly how much it's costing you to print, it means someone doesn't want you to know.
With the software, it's a no-brainer. You're not trying to guess what you're doing. It's all in the software, and that's what I love about it.
Make sure you guys are doing your numbers, do your math. There's other videos out there that we're putting out where we're helping you do the math, right? A lot of it is your supplies. And yeah, you're going to buy big bottles, right? You're going to buy big bottles. Why? Because it's going to lower your cost per print. I'm looking at what you can make in profit per year. Start doing a lot of that stuff versus trying to buy these little bottles that cost you more to ship them than it does, to have a big bottle in stock, right? So I think I could talk to you for hours. I think we need to do a second video on some of the application stuff soon.
Yeah.
Let people know where they can get a hold of you again, so they know where they can order, they know where they can reach out.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking for any DTF prints, any DTG prints, look me up on my website is heartandhustleprinting.com. Go to there. And then there's a section under there where you can find either pre-made DTF prints or you can upload your own DTF prints, and then we will print them for you. Just make sure high resolution images. Don't send me no pictures of a picture. But I'm not that type of person that is like, oh, you sent this to me, I'm going to print it. I will get in touch with you and let you know. So you can find prints there. And then if you guys want any tips or tricks, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about helping, not the little people, anybody. If there's people that are doing this and they're watching something that I do and they get something out of it, then by all means, that's what it's all about for me. So you can find me on YouTube at Heart and Hustle Printing, Instagram at Heart and Hustle Printing, and on TikTok. I just started a TikTok also at Heart and Hustle Printing. So all of my social media is Heart and Hustle Printing. Find me on there.
Awesome. Joe, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed having you, and I'm sure we dropped a lot of value. Remember, guys, winners win. Stay tuned for the next session on Creators One-on-One. Also, make sure you guys subscribe, comment, hit up Joe, right? Hit the bell, right? All of that stuff, because, we do this stuff for free for you guys to bring value. So make sure you guys let the YouTube gods know that you guys are banging on that like button and everything so that we can do some more, right? So Joe, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you inviting me to be a part of this. So I really appreciate it.
Awesome, man.